so much to look back on. Let's get straight into it, because we'll get reaction from Anfield very shortly indeed, and look back at the way Liverpool were leading with a collector's item from Dominic Szoboszlai. Here, Maka.
It was funny, wasn't it? Because we were all thinking about what he's going to do. Of course, he scored from that type of range against Arsenal. Different type of free kick, but I mean, how effective, and just slices right across the ball, and the movement on the ball, I mean, it's an art in itself. You know, there's only certain people who can strike a ball like that. I certainly wasn't one of them, and he has just hit a rocket past one of the best goalkeepers in the world, who didn't move a muscle. Outstanding.
Yeah, as soon as he hit it, the fact that Donnarumma didn't move, I was nervous instantly. We see their silhouette of where an extra man could have been, but I don't think it matters. I think if you look back at the Arsenal game, there was 3 men in the wall, it went in. I don't think there's much anyone could have done. The fact that Diaz moves, is it Salah out the way, or Gakpo out the way, and gives Donnarumma more sight on the ball even. So, again, I don't think there's much anyone could have done.
It's incredible, isn't it? I actually think sometimes being a little bit further out helps certain players, and he might be one of them. Especially now when people put the wall and then they put the player lying behind it, and then they all jump. Sometimes the closer you are, the harder it is. And as soon as I saw the distance, I thought, he's got a chance here, because he hits the ball with so much movement. This time it just had movement left to right. You know, it's quite incredible. The strike, as Maka says, not many people can hit the ball that hard. And I'm in Maka's camp. I'm not one of those either. We showed where the extra man in the wall could have stopped it. Some teams have 3 men, some teams have 4 men. I mean, if there was another man or 2 in the wall, it might have prevented. It might have meant he would go for a different type of finish. But regardless of that, you know, one of the great Anfield goals at the Kop end as well.
And he's got 9 this season now.
Yeah.
4 of them have been direct free kicks. What about City's response, though? Because Liverpool led for less than 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's been the opposite to how City performed. They were worse in the second half than they were in the first. And again, Liverpool dropped a bit deeper. And Man City committed men forward. They've got nothing to lose at this stage. So getting players in the box. And I think when you are forcing defenders to defend, you often ask questions. And again, Liverpool got caught sleeping. Some people are pushing out, and there's numbers. They're outnumbering. We couldn't the numbers that Liverpool have to defend, and Haaland in the air was pretty good throughout the whole afternoon. And again, Bernardo Silva, not something he often does, is get higher than the highest line, and brave finish.
Does well to anticipate Bernardo Silva, because I'm looking at Liverpool there and thinking, how can you avoid that? It's very difficult. A deflection on the cross, the ball's going out. Yeah. To be fair, Haaland anticipates it. He's really right on it, breaking out the line to nod it into a danger area. And Bernardo Silva was the one person on the move. He knew what was coming. Difficult to defend. Frustrating, obviously, for Liverpool to defend so late, but it was a difficult one to defend.
And also Szoboszlai, who's not a natural defensive-minded person. He's the one who's playing everybody on side. I know Van Dijk and Konate get pushed up with the ball and challenging Haaland, but the one player, as Mo rightly said, Bernardo's running that way and Szoboszlai's stationary. He's not trying to get out in a line with the rest of them, and he just get caught. And it was an assist for Haaland, that goal, and a nice finish from Bernardo Silva.
And then the big moment in the 91st minute, and a goalkeeper of Alisson's experience, this was out of character, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was a massive mistake. You know, we highlighted before the game, like Van Dijk against Bournemouth, not clearing his lines. This is a huge mistake. He comes out, he has to slow down, he has to stop. Matheus Nunes is not going anywhere, is he? He's reaching, he's, just trying to get a toe on it, anticipating, wanting Alisson to come and clear him out. And that's exactly what he does. He hasn't got control. He's running out of play, you see. And he makes the decision easy for him. He makes the decision incredibly easy to give a penalty for the referee.
The only defence I would give him is that can Curtis Jones or McAllister track the runner? I don't think anyone's doing that. Absolutely. I think they've made him make the decision. I think if they track him, then he can assess it a bit better, but the decision is a penalty, and I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and just to clear that, the ball was definitely in. That was crucial in the decision making.
It was, exactly. If the ball had been kicked out and then the challenge had come, then it would have not been given as a penalty. And I think some people watch it and think, player's got no control of the ball. He's stretched and he prods it out of play. Can that be a penalty? And when I first saw it, that's what I was wrestling in my mind. The ball wasn't going in, it was going out of play, there was no danger. But I suppose, looking back on it, I think it probably is a penalty, and Alisson makes a big mistake. But
As Jolien mentions, I mean, Núñez is totally on his own. He was started behind Curtis Jones, behind McAllister. None of them tracked the runner. And that's an avoidable one. I thought the first one might have been difficult to defend. That's an avoidable one. They'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah. And now there was a delay while they checked it. Szoboszlai played with Erling Haaland at Salzburg. Was having a little word with him. What's it like as a penalty taker with a weight like that? You missed 2 of your previous 5 as well.
Previous 5. He went into the opposite corner with all 5 of the previous ones. So he was aware of that. Alisson was probably aware of that and thought, right, he's definitely going to change at some point. But that is really, really nerve-wracking. In injury time, showed a lot of courage.
Huge moment, huge win for Manchester City. Their captain and scorer of their first goal, Bernardo Silva, is waiting to talk to us live at Anfield. Bernardo, thank you for joining us. How good does that feel? What an end to a superb game.
Well, yeah, definitely feels very good. Especially because before the game we knew that if we didn't win here, the title race would probably be over. And this puts us in a bit of a better situation. Of course, Arsenal are still 6 points ahead, which is not nothing, but we're happy. It's probably the toughest place to come in England. We showed personality, we showed character, and even though, especially in the first 20 minutes of the second half, I think we didn't play at our level. The rest of the game, I think we were quite good, knowing how good normally Liverpool is here at Anfield.
You certainly did show character. So how important was your equaliser, just to give you that momentum and belief that you could go on and win?
Well, yeah, when they scored, well, their goal was unbelievable as well. So when they scored the 1-0, I just felt as one of the holding midfielders that I needed to be a bit more forward, a bit more risks, to arrive in the box in those positions. And luckily I was there to give us a bit of hope to go for the game. And then with the penalty, honestly, we're very happy because, as I said, without this win, probably this would be over, and this gives us a little bit more of hope.
Bernardo, it's Michael Owen. You say luckily you got the goal, but I don't think it was too much luck. You showed great anticipation to get on the end of the Haaland header. What was going through your mind as the ball was floating into the box onto Erling's head?
Yeah, so I think I was in the box, and when the ball goes over my head, I know I have to believe and I have to trust my teammates are going to put it back for the second position. So I just make the run and hope the ball goes there. It's true that it's not luck. It's a lot of timing and also believing in my teammate, knowing that Erling is really good in those moments. And yeah, then a good finish, and really happy, as I said, to get that goal and to get us back in the game, to be able then to score the winner in the end.
Bernardo, it's Steve McManaman. You're the captain now and one of the leaders. How does it feel? Because you've got a lot of new players in your team and they haven't been in this position before.
Just do the same that David Silva, Vincent Kompany, Fernandinho, Kun Agüero did to me when I arrived, which is pass me all the experience, as much information as possible. I know exactly how the manager wants to play. I know exactly what this club demands, the standards that this club demands, and then also try to be an example on the pitch. And I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to help them as much. It's a young team full of talent, but they're good kids. They're good kids, willing to listen, willing to learn. And I think this club is back on the way up. There's still a long way to go, because in some moments you can see that this is a young team. We're not stable enough. We're not consistent enough, especially when teams come for us a bit more. But we'll get there.
Bernardo, it's Jolien. Are you aware of a group of players how different you perform defensively compared to the first half and second half in games?
Definitely, yeah. We've talked about it. It's something that we definitely need to improve. Teams come for us more in the second half of the game, where you're a bit more tired. And I think it's in the head, in terms of how disciplined we have to be, how consistent. We are working on it. We've talked as a group. The manager talked with us as well. He's not very happy. And we're going to try to be better, because the reality is that at this level it's not acceptable to perform the way that we have been performing in the second halves, and we need to do better.
Well, you certainly did better at the end of today's second half. Very well done, and thanks again for joining us, Bernardo.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye, guys.
That's Bernardo Silva live at Anfield. Now, 2-1. Donnarumma produced a save, well, we have to say world class. I mean, how good was this